Alright y'all, so about a couple months ago, I came across a flyer on Instagram advertising a World Cup watch party, a 1v1 Bana tournament, live DJ sets, and live screen printing. This sounded really dope, so I knew I had to check it out. I ended up signing up for the Bana tournament. I actually won a match, but then I got cooked and I got eliminated. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to highlight this cool ass brand that's setting up and hosting these music driven events here in the Valley, and to find out who is behind it all. So without further ado, here is Creative Connect episode 5 with
Christian Branch, founder and creative director of Atrium PHX here in the Valley, specializing in everything creative, specifically music. We do events around the Valley centered around emotion-filled, group-driven house music. We're here today at the second edition of Joga, which was our second community event in alignment with the World Cup. Yeah, just happy to be here. Appreciate you, Juan. Grew up playing sports. You know, if you had talked to me when I was 10 years old, I would have told you I was going to go professional. You know, that was the dream. I didn't see myself as a creative at all. It wasn't really until my family moved to Barcelona when I was 11 years old, 10 years old, living out there, just being exposed to new backgrounds, you know, new people, new perspectives. And that's really where I fell in love for the game of football. And so coming here, you know, I saw opportunity in the Phoenix area for not only really curated and really intentional dance music experiences, but with the World Cup coming around to this country, to Mexico and Canada as well, and not to Phoenix as a host city, I was like, I got to do something, you know, in alignment with it. So yeah, that's how it came together. You know, it was quick. The idea hit me, as sometimes they do, like a month before the World Cup started, so it was a lot to get together. Me and the homies built this little 1v1 court right there. So we did a 1v1 tournament. We showed a bunch of games, group stage and the final. And, you know, it was a blessing to meet guys like Juan. So just appreciate you, bro. Production, music production. You know, that's my passion. When I went to school at Arizona State. So go Devils first and foremost. But when I graduated, I knew I wanted to do music to some extent. I didn't know how. You know, I didn't want to really just go out on the limb of let me just send this music out and hope something lands, you know. My dad raised me on the mindset of it's always better to work for yourself than other people. And so I've always been very entrepreneurial. By the grace of God, we came into contact with a venue last summer in 2025, and it just clicked in my mind. I was like, all right, let's just do events. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I love to DJ, I love to produce music, so let's just do events and grow a community. And that's what it's been. It's been about a year now, but specifically, yeah, I love producing music. I love making my own music. That's still the focus. This is taking up a lot of my time, but no, yeah, music more than anything, bro. You know, very soon on all platforms. I've gone through the ebbs and flows. If you're creative, you probably know what I'm talking about. Releasing stuff way back when I was doing trap beats, hip hop beats, and taking those down because I'm in a much more dance music, house music centered. So there's a couple things on SoundCloud under the name Christian Branch if you want to check them out. But I got a lot more coming for the end of 2026. Moved out here in 2020 after I graduated high school. I went to high school out in California. My dad went to Arizona State, so Arizona was always on the map for me. And yeah, moved out here in 2020, been here ever since, bro. By myself? I had a few family friends, distant, but it was pretty much a solo move, man. Yeah, you know, all these guys right here are from Arizona State, so I know them from college. Yeah, big blessing, man, just leveraging the people you know, man, and not being afraid to ask for help. That's been the biggest thing. A few of them, one of them is my roommate over there, but we got a team of about 5 to 6 guys handling everything from video to photography. I handle all the graphics, all the creative direction role. We got a brand strategist who helps with networking, all the higher up stuff that I'm not very good at myself. So beautiful team, very blessed, very blessed. It's important, bro. And that's why too, like when I was growing up, back to sports, I was always best at golf for some reason. But I just didn't like it, bro, because I have always been drawn to the team aspect, that camaraderie. And it's the same thing here. You know, people come up like you, like I appreciate the time and the camera on me, but like, you know, I'm not able to do any of this without these guys, bro. So I'm very blessed, bro. I always knew I was going to start a business somehow, some way. I didn't know what it was going to be. But then you couple that with my passion for music. I just didn't want to make beats and send them to you and be like, bro, play my stuff, play my stuff. So So I was just like, it's better to create it. If you create it with the grace of God, you know, they will come. That's my belief. If you build it, they will come. And so, again, I got blessed with the connection to a venue last summer, and we had no idea what we were doing, but we rented a super expensive lighting package, and we put it together. It was a blank canvas type of venue. We put it together from the ground up, sold tickets. You know, thank God, about 100, 150 people came to that first one. And from there on, you know, it's like, once I created it, now I feel this pressure to keep it going. And so that's what we're doing. It was just the influences that I got living in Europe. I knew I really wanted to do something. I saw what Phoenix was missing, and just trying to bring it here, you know, see the opportunity, and I'm taking it, bro. It goes back to a Rick Rubin concept that I'm super passionate about, and it talks about the concept of vessel and how in life, you know, human beings are vessels for creative energy, creative ideas. So when I told you that growing up I wasn't a very creative person, you know, it hit me later on in life, like all it takes is just me to explore, you know, be bored one day and say, okay, maybe I'm not very good at drawing, but I'm gonna start it. Maybe I have no idea what I'm doing with Photoshop, but I'm gonna make something, you know, make a jersey edit or whatever it ends up being. And so we try to push this slogan, Atrium is a vessel of light and life. It's an architectural concept that allows light and oxygen into a building. So therefore it's a vessel of life, or a vessel of light, excuse me. And it's also a part of your heart. So in that way, it's a vessel of life. So we just push this mantra that you, like an Atrium, are a vessel of light and life. And so I always just try to push the idea, whether or not you think you're a creative, explore, push the limits of what you think you're capable of from a creative standpoint. Because creativity can literally just be taking a new route home from work one day. It's very, very simple. And I'm just trying to pour into it every day and grow something, bro. Yeah, way back in the day, I was honestly young. And again, I think it just kind of goes back to what I was talking about with creativity. When I was young, about middle school, 7th, 8th grade, I just downloaded Photoshop. I downloaded Cinema 4D, After Effects, and I just started making graphics and posting them online. So all of a sudden, I'm in like 7th grade, 8th grade, and I have a YouTube channel with like 2,000 subscribers, not much. But I was making pretty like decent money as a 7th grader, just selling my graphics, selling my motion design, stuff like that. And I had no idea what I was doing. I spent all that money the second it touched my wallet. But that is just, it kind of speaks to, you know, I've always been entrepreneurial. I love building something that hasn't existed before. And this is the real venture. So I need all the support here. But yeah, I've always been exploring, man. Always been exploring. Business entrepreneurship, you know? I had no idea what I was doing, bro. No idea. I graduated. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted it to be centered on music somehow, some way. And yeah, it's working out. I guess, you know, I'm being entrepreneurial with that degree. I don't know. Yeah, remote graphic design job. So I love, you know, what I've fallen in love with as a result of Atrium is just the process of branding. I love people coming into contact with just an Instagram page and feeling something, feeling like they want to be a part of it, that they want to show up to it. And so, yeah, just from a brand strategy, brand marketing, brand building standpoint, that's definitely a passion I've developed as a result of Atrium. And so to be able to kind of leverage that in my everyday work is nice as well. It just helps me get reps for Atrium as well, you know. Blessing, yeah. I mean, the good thing about Phoenix, in my opinion, is it's growing so fast, but it's still, at its core, pretty small. So if you just go out, and like I will talk to everybody. Like this is how this happened with Juan. People come up and shake my hand. You know, that's what I would recommend. So in terms of Phoenix Rising, bro, like I was talking myself out of it. My homie, we were a week out from the first one. And I had the idea. I was like, it would be so awesome to get Phoenix Rising on board. But I was like, it's a week out. I'm going to have to go through corporate signing waivers and things like that. And then my homie was like, bro, just DM the trailer that we made for that event to them. I did it. Within 30 minutes, they responded. They gave me media passes for the next game, you know, that day. And so we got a nice relationship growing over there. Very, very grateful.
That's fire. Now you got an official Atrium Phoenix Rising
merch
shirt, man. That's fire. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Appreciate, you know, again, for making the time for us, you know, sharing all this knowledge, giving us inspo, you know, to follow our dreams. Anything else you want to share? And any goals? Anything coming up that you have?
Yeah, we just, you know, specific goals. that's all boring. You know, ain't nobody want to hear like the specific goals, but we just want to be a year from now in a spot that's way bigger, better, reaching more people than we are right now. And again, events are our bread and butter, but we want to step into merch. We want to step into lighting programming. We want to step into video and photo and really curate all that. So all that's coming. But follow us on Instagram at Atrium PHX if you're watching this. And if you see me at an event or see me around Phoenix, you know, shake a hand. I love to meet new people, connect. And again, just thank you to Juan for doing this, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Thank you for making the time. I'll for sure keep supporting, keep pulling up to events. If I can ever help in any specific way, let me know. I'm there. I'll be there.
And I got plenty of people that you could talk to as well, so I'll lob them your way, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. Thank y'all.